So mainly I'm just going to go through how I used the existing documentation of the building to create, that was really speedy, to create the site that I ended up designing my building in. And so the unit was based on Bruno Latour's view of architecture, which questions the limits of documentations in the building and the notion that they're constantly evolving. So this is an image of the arcade at City Chambers when it was occupied by Russians, so kind of showing the changing uses of the building. And the unit investigated the building through a series of freeze frames, and the first one was material and dimension. So I kind of began by looking at the materials in the building and how the main stairs got like wood paneling, and it leads to spaces that are wood paneled and more formal public spaces in the council chamber. Whereas the west wing has a stairway that's finished with glazed tiles and bricks, and it leads to these more informal spaces. And also how the City Chambers is quite unique in that when you enter at the ground floor from Roma, it connects to the bottom of Coburn Street, so it's like 11 stories high in the back and 4 in front. And the idea that when you go down this tiled staircase, you feel like you're going into a basement, but you're actually still above ground level. And so looking at how the glazed bricks and the glazed tiles kind of acted as measures of units to kind of give you like a sense of scale of the building. And then that kind of resulted in this drawing of the first freeze frame, which shows all the areas which are paneled glazed bricks and glazed tiles. And that drawing was kind of put together using images from the archive, because our access to the building was quite restricted, so all the information we found was used through the parts of the building we were able to access, and archive images and archive drawings. And so there was a group who made a tracing of all the proposals of the building, the ones that were completed and the ones that weren't, and it kind of created this really interesting image of like the concentration of where the main focus of the building is the most repeated. Like the parts of the building that came up most often. Whereas this is a tracking of just the development of the West Wing from 1889 all the way to 1931, and how it kind of slowly developed, and these spaces, like these allowances between the new developments, you kind of had these spaces that got lost within them. So looking at the existing building plans, the current ones, you kind of notice that there's like large black voids, and instead of like they kind of show up on the drawings as solids, but you kind of understand that there's an implied void within that. And so I became interested in those spaces, which I thought of as like ossified spaces. Ossified meaning both like turning into bone and also stagnating and ceasing to develop. So looking at that as kind of artifacts hidden within the building. And so those were plotted out kind of as if it was like an archaeological excavation within the framework of the West Wing. And taking like all these old drawings and overlaying them and kind of trying to figure out what's there now, what used to be there, and taking away this notion of a drawing as like a frozen moment of the building, but rather trying to incorporate all the different moments that it's been through. So that's kind of extracting these were like the main ossified spaces that I kind of encountered. There were 2 light wells which had been closed off and turned into elevator shafts. And then Ray King's Close, running down the bottom, some pavement lights, and these are the main decks individually, with dumbwaiter and a coal lift. And so these are kind of parts of the building that fell out of use as technology progressed. So like when elevators came in, it took away these light wells and kind of shut off took away light throughout the center of the building. And when the coal shaft showing like all the oldest parts of the old town still exist, and looking at what might still like similar spaces throughout the city that might be like that. And this was plotting these spaces on a 5 by 5 meter grid, as you would plot artifacts on the National Ordnance grid. And then this was kind of bringing all that information together and kind of creating my final site drawing, which I based my work on. And so that's, this was the city chambers level, this line here, and then that was the ground level of the Royal Mile, and those were the two most consistent levels running through the building. This was taking the information that I found through that investigation and using it to implement new circulation routes that took you from the Royal Mile down to Coburn Street, connecting those two ground levels, and arranging space within them to kind of using these, reopening these ossified spaces and unfreezing them in order to use them as circulation spaces.